Hello, culinary friends. We're making a delicious and easy cheesy potato casserole in the air fryer. A perfect comfort dish that's creamy on the inside, golden on top, and full of flavor from fresh veggies and melted cheese. It's a great alternative to traditional oven-baked casseroles and cooks up beautifully right in your air fryer. Let's get started with the egg and milk mixture that holds everything together. In a mixing bowl, crack in 2 eggs and pour in ½ cup of milk. Add a pinch of salt and a bit of freshly ground black pepper to taste. If you like, finely mince 1 garlic clove and add it in for extra flavor. Whisk everything together until well combined. This will be our creamy base to pour over the layered vegetables later. This recipe is designed for an air fryer safe baking dish that's about 18 to 20 centimeters, 7 to 8 inches in diameter. If your dish is larger, feel free to increase the amount of ingredients proportionally. Start by preparing your baking dish. Lightly grease it with butter or neutral oil to prevent sticking. Since we'll be building this casserole in 2 layers, don't use all your ingredients at once. Work with half of everything for the first layer. Peel and dice 600 grams, 21 ounces of potatoes into small cubes. Take half of the potatoes and spread them evenly across the bottom of your greased baking dish. Lightly season with a pinch of salt. This potato and cheese casserole is a perfect comfort food. Hearty, creamy, and full of flavor. It's easy to prepare in the air fryer and ideal for any day of the week. Let's continue building the layers. Thinly slice 1 medium onion, and just like we did with the potatoes, use half of the slices and spread them evenly over the bottom layer of potatoes in your baking dish. Next, slice half of a red bell pepper into thin strips and arrange them on top of the onions. Now it's time to add cheese. Sprinkle this layer with grated cheese, about 60 grams, 2 ounces, which is half of the total amount from the recipe. Use a combination of cheeses for the best result. I recommend mozzarella for meltiness and cheddar for a richer flavor. Other good options include Gouda, Emmental, or any cheese that melts well and you enjoy. Now let's assemble the second layer of our casserole. Start by adding the remaining sliced potatoes, then layer on the rest of the onion and red bell pepper. Gently press everything down with your hands or a spatula. This helps the layers settle and bake more evenly. Next, pour the egg and milk mixture evenly over the top. Make sure it reaches all corners. It will bind everything together as it cooks. Now generously sprinkle the surface with the remaining grated cheese, about 60 grams, 2 ounces. I recommend using a flavorful cheese that melts well, like mozzarella for stretch and cheddar for a sharp taste. You can also mix the two for extra depth. Finally, slice a few cherry tomatoes and place them gently on top. They'll caramelize beautifully and give the casserole a juicy, slightly sweet finish. Sprinkle just a little more cheese over the tomatoes to help them roast into the top layer. What would you add to this casserole to make it even more delicious? Let me know your ideas or secret ingredients in the comments. I'd love to try them. And if you're enjoying this recipe, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There are so many more easy and tasty recipes coming your way. Now place the baking dish into the air fryer basket and set the cooking mode. Bake at 170 degrees Celsius, 340 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. This will allow the vegetables to soften and the flavors to come together perfectly. After the initial baking time is up, sprinkle a bit more cheese on top for that extra melty layer. Then increase the temperature to 190 degrees Celsius, 380 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake for an additional 5 minutes. This will give the casserole a beautifully golden, crispy cheese crust that's absolutely irresistible. Just look at that golden, crispy top and those tender layers of potato, sweet bell pepper, onion, and melted cheese inside. This easy potato casserole recipe is perfect when you need a quick and satisfying lunch, dinner, or even a hearty side dish. Using the air fryer not only saves time but also gives you that perfect baked texture without heating up the whole kitchen. The mix of creamy potatoes, flavorful veggies, and melted cheese makes this dish a real crowd pleaser. If you're looking for a quick and delicious air fryer dinner recipe, or want to try something new with potatoes and cheese, this is one of the best options to start with.